I never made it. Faded by a mix of emotions.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with an amazing interesting video. In this today's class we are going to cover chapter 10 respiration in organism of class 7 NCERT book science. Before starting today's class, let me tell you that if you are not subscribed my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and also don't forget to click on the bell icon so that whenever I upload my new video, the first notification will reach to you first. In the same way, like, share and comment on my comment section. Without wasting time, let's get started. So my dear students, in this today's part, we are going to cover the different types of respiration. Stay tuned, shortly I will upload part 2 and part 3 of this chapter. So let's start. So we know that each cell of organism, they perform the different functions. Now what are the different functions? Different functions like nutrition, transportation, excretions as well as reproduction. Even we can find that this all the vital functions performed in common organisms. These all functions are very common that are performed by the different types of organism. I will not say that all the organisms perform the same function, but it is these functions are very common things. One more thing you need to remember here, that to perform all these functions, nutrition, transportation, excretions, reproduction, we need what? We need energy. Without energy, we are not capable of performing certain vital functions in the body. Our body, human body, is a complex structure. We know that there are different types of organs present in our body system, and they all are different organs are responsible for doing different types of functions. Okay, moving to the next part, our food is stored energy which is released during the respiration. So what happened? Our food, what we are intaking food, no, that is only the store energy. After the breakdown of glucose or food, the food store the energy, and that energy we release during the time of respiration. Before going to the next, let me tell you about respiration. So now what you conclude from here, respiration is a breathing, is the process during which we breathe in air having oxygen and we breathe out air carbon dioxide. If I say the chemical formula, oxygen you can write O2 and carbon dioxide you can write CO2. Okay, CO2. So from here we conclude that what is respiration? So respiration is a process of breathing. In the process of breathing, what happened? The taking in air, that is oxygen, and take out air, that is called the carbon dioxide. What we call that one? That we call the carbon dioxide. That air we take out, where we take in the oxygen inside the body. So this process or this breathing process we call the respiration. And now you can conclude that without respiration we can survive in the earth. There is no life that is possible without respiration. So for survival of life, this term respiration is also very important. So the rich air in oxygen is transported to all parts of the body and ultimately to each cell. So this oxygen what we are taking in during the time of breathing process, that oxygen what is reached to each part of the body. We are body having the different parts, no, like legs, hands you can say. So that oxygen reached to different parts of the body and then finally that reached to the cells inside the body. This oxygen is utilized by the cell for the respiration, and further that oxygen what is present inside the body, that is used by the cell to do the respiration. And that process where the breakdown of food in the cells of the organism with release of energy, we call this cellular respiration. What we call this one? Cellular respiration. So you need to remember this point, that what is cellular respiration. So you need to remember that the process, this is the THE. So the process of breakdown of food, the process in which the food break down in the cell, where the food will break down in the cell, of an organisms. It may be any organisms. and with the release of energy. That means you need to remember here one point, that in the cell when the food glucose breakdown is there, that also releasing energy, that we can call the term cellular respiration. Cellular indicates to that the respiration which is done by the inside the cell. So what is cellular respiration indicates to that? Cellular respiration indicates to that the breakdown of glucose or food inside the cell, and that also releasing energy, that we call the cellular respiration. Okay, dear students, hope you understand about the respiration. So now without wasting time, let's move to the types of respiration. Now we will learn the different types of respiration. So mainly two types of respirations are seen in the human body. One respiration type is called aerobic respiration and another type of respiration is called anaerobic respiration. Let's first discuss about the aerobic respiration. So when the breakdown of glucose occur with the use of oxygen, it is called the aerobic respiration. What we call this one? Aerobic respiration. It is very simple. You need to remember that respiration is a two types. One is aerobic, another one is anaerobic. Aerobic respiration indicates to that the breakdown of food or glucose with the use of oxygen. That means in the presence of oxygen, when the food breakdown is there, that time our body cell perform the aerobic respiration. What it called? Aerobic respiration. During the aerobic respiration, what happened? The glucose is completely breakdown. This term you need to remember. In the aerobic respiration, what happened? Glucose is completely broken down into the carbon dioxide, water and energy. So that our glucose that broken down into carbon dioxide, water and energy. Okay, and aerobic respiration takes place in mitochondria also. You need to remember about this mitochondria. Mitochondria are also known as the powerhouse of the cell. What this called? Mitochondria are also responsible for the powerhouse of cell. Mitochondria present inside the cell. Okay, so aerobic and aerobic respiration takes place where? In the mitochondria. Okay. Now let us check out the equation. So now only we learn that, so here the glucose completely broken down and forming carbon dioxide, water and energy. So this is only the equation here. You can check it out here. Glucose or food. Okay, wait a minute. This, okay, fine. So glucose, that is food, in the presence of oxygen gives rise to carbon dioxide, water and energy. So this you need to remember, student, for the short type questions where bit by bit the points I am taking out and making edited for you all, so that it will clear to you. Okay. And one next, if you move to the next part, then aerobic respiration is seen in most of the organisms. I already tell you, I already now only inform that aerobic respiration seen in many organisms, like it's very common type of respiration. So which, like human beings, dogs, cat, lions, elephant, cow, buffaloes, goats, snake, earthworm, frog and fishes. So these organisms names what you seen on the screen, they perform aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration seen in them. Okay. So now what we learn about aerobic, that the broken down of food or glucose in the presence of oxygen and forming carbon dioxide, water and energy. We call this respiration aerobic respiration. I hope students you understood. Next we will learn about the anaerobic respiration, okay, which is the second type of respiration, that is the anaerobic respiration. This respiration is quite opposite to the aerobic respiration. Why? In the previous one, this previous aerobic respiration, we learned that with the use of oxygen. But in anaerobic respiration, you need to remember that without using of the oxygen, what happened? The glucose broken down. Okay, the glucose breakdown is there, and that also what produce in the previous one equation you learned that produce carbon dioxide, water and energy. So what happened about an anaerobic respiration? Here glucose breakdown is there without the use of oxygen and producing alcohol, carbon dioxide and energy. The same is there, but previous aerobic type respiration, water means H2O. Okay, water chemical formula you need to remember, H2O. CO2 is a carbon dioxide formula. Okay, H2O. So here alcohol is formed in the anaerobic respiration. Okay, so when a breakdown of glucose takes place without using of oxygen, it is called the anaerobic respiration. What we call this one? Anaerobic respiration. The glucose is not completely broken down. In the previous aerobic respiration, glucose is broken down completely, but in anaerobic respiration, glucose broken down is not completely, and that also forming carbon dioxide and water. So an intermediate compound is formed with the release of the less amount of energy during this process, what we call the equation that we form the alcohol. Here forms what? Alcohol, carbon dioxide and energy. Now yeast, you need to remember that yeast and certain bacteria, they carry some anaerobic respiration in them, and these organisms that carry out respiration in the absence of oxygen. We know that anaerobic respiration never will occur in the presence of oxygen. It will always occur in the absence of oxygen only. So certain bacteria and yeast, they carry the anaerobic respiration sometimes, and that also due to the absence of oxygen. That's why they are called the anaerobes. Now you need to learn that what is anaerobes. Anaerobes means yeast and bacteria. Those anaerobes means those organisms who respire anaerobically. For example, yeast and bacteria. Okay. So now what is yeast? Yeast is a single cell organisms, and during anaerobic respiration it called the fermentation. It perform the fermentation process. Okay, and yeast produce ethanol or alcohol as a byproduct, which is used in making wine and beer. So the very important for the third type questions only, that what yeast is a single cell organisms, and in anaerobic respiration time only it produce alcohol, and that is used, such a byproduct it produce, and that is used in making wine and beer. The carbon dioxide produced by the yeast is used in the bread. Where it used? In bread. This is also very important, that the carbon dioxide means CO2 gas, which is released during the anaerobic respiration in the yeast microorganisms, that is also means used in the bread making industry for making the bread. Why? So that the dough to rise. Okay, due to this gas CO2, what happened? The dough is rise up, so that's why only it is used in the bread making industry. Now students, we will learn about the anaerobic respiration in the muscles. Now how the anaerobic is, now we know that we human being, that we possess aerobic respiration. That means the respiration, the breakdown of food is in the human body is done, that also in the presence of oxygen. But now what this terms means, here is saying that anaerobic respiration in the muscles. Now it quite be different what we learn now. Now let us check it out, this one. So students, what happen? Usually the anaerobic respiration take place in the human, but okay, remember, but under these certain conditions, like anaerobic respiration may also in our muscles for a short time. Very important, the anaerobic respiration what occurs in the human body, that not for the long time, but yes, it is occur for the short time period. Now you need to learn that why for the short time our human body respire anaerobically, but we learn that our human body respire aerobic. Now why this anaerobic? And anaerobic indicate to that in the absence of oxygen. Okay, this is only the reason you need to remember for short type question, due to the temporary deficiency of oxygen. Deficiency means we can say the shortage. For the short time period, due to the shortage or the deficiency of oxygen, what happen? Our body that get or that possess anaerobic respiration, that also for a short time. And why this happen? Why in our body the deficiency of oxygen in, yes, you need to remember this point, that when we perform the different when we perform a heavy exercise like running, cycling, walking, weight lifting, these all are called the heavy exercise, isn't it student? You can check it out. In running you need more energy, in cycling also, walking also, weight lifting also. What happened? Your energy requirement in the body is very high, and that's the reason what happened, the deficiency of oxygen is seen in the muscles. In the muscle cell only, for the short period of time anaerobic respiration is occur. So what happened? We require a large number of energy. What we require? We require the large number of energy to meet the energy requirement in our muscle cell to perform anaerobically. So respiration during this process, the glucose or the food in the muscle cell is partially broken down. In aerobic respiration, what we learn, that completely broken down. In anaerobic, not completely broken down. But in this muscle cell, for the short period of time, what happened, the glucose or the food, that is partially broken down. That also in the absence of oxygen. And also it forms, produce lactic acid, you need to remember, and some extra energy. Now what is the equation for this type of respiration? Glucose, that means food, in the absence of oxygen for the short period of time, produce lactic acid and energy. So you need to remember all this, what we learn, the equations. Okay, so this our, because during the vigorous physical activity, the utilization of oxygen our at the faster rate. Now only I inform you now that what happened during this heavy exercise or running or cycling, the energy requirement is very faster in the muscle cell at the time. That's the reason muscle that can supply by the blood, and for the reason what happened, the oxygen deficiency is seen. So when the lactic acid produced, now we know that in certain period of time the lactic acid and energy produced by the equation in the muscle cell. So in the lactic acid produced time, anaerobic respiration gets accumulated in the muscles and it causes the muscle cramp. Very important for the short type questions, it always asks you to that what is muscle cramp. So you need to remember that lactic acid produced during the anaerobic respiration that get accumulated in the muscles, and that only due to the accumulation of lactic acid in the muscle during the anaerobic respiration for the short period of time, the muscle cramp is occur. Okay, now how to relieve from the muscle cramp? So you need to remember, to relieve from the muscle cramp we can take hot water bath or massage. These words what I'm picking here, this completely I'm taking from the NCERT book. You can open and check. So no doubt we are solving, we are discussing bit by bit. Okay, so this improves the circulation of, one more important thing, why the hot water bath and massage that we need to take during the time of muscle cramp, because this improve the blood circulation and oxygen supply to the muscle cell increase, and the increased supply of oxygen that only result in the complete breakdown of lactic acid into the carbon dioxide and water. Then only what happen, aerobic respiration will occur. Understood? Thereby giving the relief from the cramps. So now just to summarize what we learned today. So we learned today that about the different types of what is respiration, then different types of respiration. So respiration is, once again, respiration indicates to that taking air oxygen and taking out air carbon dioxide. Types of respirations are two type, one is aerobic and another one is anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration indicates to the presence of oxygen, the breakdown of food, and anaerobic respiration means without presence of oxygen, breaking down of food. One for a short period of time, anaerobic respiration occur in the muscle cell, and also we learn about yeast and some points. I hope students we discuss all the points here. Still, I request you stay tuned. Shortly, I will upload the next part of this chapter. We will learn in the next class the breathing and breathing rate and all those things. So please stay tuned.